All right, Jet fans, mine and Dan's family, because that's probably who watches this, and maybe a few randos. Who knows? Thank you for being here. We got some big news out of One Jets Drive, and for the Jets, Dan, Quinnen Williams here to stay for 4 more years. We'll talk a little bit. I'll unpack that in a few minutes. And a nice little mirror or juxtaposition to our One Jets Drive. I don't know if you heard, Dan, but we're going to be on that HBO program, Hard Knocks.
I did hear that.
Let's talk it out. Let's have some fun. Yeah.
Let's. All right, everybody. Yeah. So like Gordon said, Hard Knocks is here, and whether we want it or not, it is here. Saleh has made it very clear that he does not want Hard Knocks. He does not want them in the building. I mean, dude, when Saleh was like mic'd up during practices, he would like go nowhere. He would say nothing.
Yeah.
He wouldn't want to be around other people. When there were other people that were mic'd up, he wouldn't want to be around them. He doesn't like the publicity. He doesn't like the cameras all around him. And this is kind of it's kind of ironic because he's now going to pretty much have 24/7 footage all over everything that he's doing within the building. So
Hard Knocks is just during training camp, right? Am I correct in thinking that
it doesn't bleed into the year.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing is, I mean, obviously the kind of differences between Hard Knocks and One Jets Drive, which I absolutely love. I mean, it's a fantastic program. They
shout out to the One Jets Drive team because they do a phenomenal job.
Hard Knocks is, I think everything still needs to get approved through Saleh, but I think the difference is that Hard Knocks is going to push some footage that's a little more maybe controversial, or doesn't maybe promote the Jets in the best light or whatever it may be. Like, the producers of Hard Knocks are going to try to create controversy or try to create stories or whatever they're going to try to do. It's not trying to tailor to Jets fans. It's trying to tailor to the whole world.
Yeah.
And Hard Knocks the last couple of years, like, I don't know. I don't think it's been too fun.
I'm going to be completely honest, Dan.
I haven't watched one of them.
Hard Knocks since the last time we were on it.
Yeah. So I think that this is kind of a chance for Hard Knocks to, I mean, the Jets story this year is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I think that this is, Hard Knocks is a chance for the Jets to have the ability to kind of step up, if you will, and kind of prove themselves. And the only thing that I don't like is people talking like, like this is going to come back to haunt us. This is like, if we're a good team, you're going to play good.
Yeah, you're going to play good.
Simple as that.
Were the Lions on it last season?
Yeah, I think it was the Lions, which I don't think was. I mean,
they played well last season, right?
Yeah, so I heard that was actually a good Hard Knocks too. But I mean, you want to go back in time. I mean, there's no Hard Knocks curse. And the last time we were on it, we went to the AFC Championship game. So it is what it is. Good teams rise to the occasion. Do I want it? No. Do I mind it? No.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
I agree, man. I think it's like all the people that say it's a distraction. It's like it's not, like, it can't be, right? I mean, I guess it is. Obviously, the production team is going to hide cameras or keep them in spots where you'll forget. And yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, they're going to push some narratives, right? Like they've got to get people watching it. They've got to push some sort of narratives. And I think this will kind of peel in or bleed into our next conversation after this with Quinnen. Like, the Quinnen thing, I think Hard Knocks honestly pushed the team and pushed the front office to get that deal done. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but I agree. I don't think it's a distraction. You look at, the last time we were on it, we went to the AFC Championship game. So kind of like not necessarily Hard Knocks, but that Netflix quarterback documentary. Have you heard about that with Mahomes?
Watched the first two
Cousins and who's the third?
Marcus Mariota.
So they were filming that and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. So I don't want to hear about distractions. Now, granted, this may get me in some flack, but the Chiefs are a little bit higher of a different level of organization than we are.
Patrick Mahomes is also insufferable. I cannot watch him.
I haven't watched it yet. So I
can't watch him. It is completely.
Is he like his brother? Is he like his little brother?
Can't even describe it. I don't even know what to say.
Indescribable.
It's essentially him winning, talking about himself winning, and then his family supporting him winning while he's winning. And then he talks about how much he's a winner.
I can't wait. I mean, believe it, achieve it,
Yeah,
manifest
he's
it.
doing something right, right?
So
But yeah, you're absolutely right. It is what it is. The Jets already have cameras all over their facilities with One Jets Drive. They're used to it.
yeah,
I think we have good people in the building. And I think, like I heard, I think Salah still has to be he still has to approve the final product.
I'll be
So
curious on that. I'll be curious
yeah,
to see
I
who,
think
like,
that
where
there's
the
something
final.
within the claim that he has to be the guy that says, okay, we can air this. So
Yeah,
it is what it is. We have to move forward. If you're a good team, you're going to play good. That's that.
we knew it was coming though, right? Like you said, dude, it was the storyline this season was the Jets getting Rodgers. I mean, that's it seems like we were eligible. We were the team that was going to get picked.
Yeah.
But again, to kind of, we have it. It's here. I'm excited to watch it. Did we need it? Like you said, no, because One Jets Drive is phenomenal with the way they show practices and camp and things like that. But it'll be interesting to see how Hard Knocks is different from that, because One Jets Drive was not around the last time we had Hard Knocks, so it'll be really cool to see like how they're different and how they work together or steer their separate ways. You know what I mean? But let's talk about kind of limiting distractions, and probably one good thing or great thing, depending on how you look at it, that Hard Knocks probably brought on, right? Like Hard Knocks had to have brought on the Quinnen signing was yesterday, right? Like today had to bring it on, right? It was today?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday. I got my days messed up, but had to bring it on because that's another storyline that Hard Knocks could exploit and spin a completely different way than the front office or the team wants them to. I think it's just, you talk about limiting distractions and controlling what you can control. That's one of those things. So I'm sure that front office and the team wanted to get that done once Hard Knocks was announced. Maybe it was always going to be done before. I don't know, but what do you think?
No, I think it definitely played a hand. I think it would be naive to say like, oh no, they were always going to get it done at this point.
Yeah.
I think it was going to get done no matter what. Do I think it was going to get done before training camp? Probably not. I honestly thought that this was going to bleed into it, but just like you're saying, I think that Hard Knocks, I don't think that the Jets want any distractions, and it could have pushed the narrative a little bit and kind of forced Joe Douglas's hand a little bit into kind of doing something that he was already going to do. But I think Joe Douglas is very much like, the players don't run the team. I run the team. They don't make the decisions. We got players asking for trades or asking for this. They want this. They're holding out. This dude just stands his ground. And I think and that's what he wants to show, because he's going to be here a long time. And that's what he wants to show the rest of the NFL and the players is like, look, if this is the way that you're going to act, this is the way that I respond. I don't make impromptu snap decisions.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick to my morals and stick to what I think is correct, and kind of just work things and do my best, and whatever it may be. So it's I think it did kind of not force his hand, but push things along a little quicker than maybe they were going to beforehand.
I agree. I mean, you look at the numbers were set, right? It was like what he was getting paid was already played out. Like, it's one of those, like, I think back to when I was in the classroom teaching, like having one of those little grade scales, like, okay, the student got this is how many questions, this is how many they got right, this is how many they got wrong, here's the grade. Like, here's Aaron Donald's contract, here's Dexter Lawrence, here's all these other D tackles that just got paid this offseason. Quinnen is leaps and bounds, you know what I mean? Like, obviously under Aaron Donald, but probably the second best D tackle in the league right now, arguably the best.
Last year.
So the numbers for what he was getting paid were there. From what I had read from a few different people online, it was always about the years. Did we want 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, however long? I think the 4-year, $96 million gives him, we're good. Yeah. 4 years, $96 million gives him that chance to get another contract before he's 30 years old.
Sure.
So I think that's something that plays into it. But I mean, the kid, I mean, he's a kid, right? Like, he's 20, 24,
26, I think.
He's 26. Okay. 25, 26. I mean, the kid deserved it. Like, I think I saw when in the last 3 years he leads in sack percentage or something like that. And then like when with him on the field and then with him off the field, our
Right.
sack rate is ridiculously different. We are
Yeah.
first with 8.1% with Quinnen on the field and 31st with like 3 or something like that with him off the field. So he gets those double teams. He garners that attention that way our other DNs, JFM, our new guy
Parkinson.
Will, Jermaine Johnson, Lawson, like they can all eat and
Will,
feast.
Will McDonald.
Will McDonald, that's it. Will McDonald. That way they can all feast because he's in the middle, sucking up all that attention, taking the guard in the center or something like that. So, I mean, I love it. He's here to stay. He's one of our first draft picks that we've signed to a second contract, which is unreal to me. Or not one of our first, but like our first in a long, long time. I think
Yeah, I mean,
Jeremy Curley
in recent memory, he's one of the first guys that we've actually signed to a
yeah.
like
I think Mo Wilkerson, the only other
player Muhammad Wilkerson was, and he did not turn out well after we signed him. So yeah, man, it's exciting to have him. I hope that he plays up to the level that he played last year and continues to exceed that. If on paper he's going into the prime of his career, 26 whatever years old, and this is when he should be thriving. So, I hope he doesn't take a step back. Obviously, God willing, you hope there's no injuries or anything along those. You never know with the Jets, but I think that if he's on the field and he's healthy, he's going to at least, like you said, he's going to draw attention, and teams are going to have to double team him, which is going to open up, a lot of edge rushers and a lot of other guys to be able to kind of feast. So I'm excited for it, man. It's a great signing. Whether you paid too little or too much, that's neither here nor there. If he produces on the field, then that's all that matters.
Done and dusted. He's ours. I don't think anybody was worried. It was all about money and time of the contract. So yeah. I'm pumped. Man. I think it sends a message to the locker room, right? At this point, like we are a new team. We are a new front office.
Mm-hmm.
If you perform, if you are a star on the field and off the field, because I don't think that gets talked about enough. Like Quinnen Williams, you don't hear about him off the field, about off the field transgressions or anything like that. Like you do your job, you stay well off the field, you're going to get paid, hopefully by us, and if not, somebody else. Like Sal in his introductory press conference, he's like, I'm looking to get you guys money. I'm looking to get my players the most amount of money they can. Whether that's with us or somebody else, I'm excited. So again, homegrown, Maccagnan new, man.
Yeah, sure.
Maccagnan new. So
no, but dude, guys like Breece Hall and Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson, they're all watching this and they're all saying, exactly. Man, if I play, then I get paid. And if Quinnen were to go to another team and get paid by another team, then that would have just set the precedent that it doesn't really matter how well I play. This is not an organization that's going to pay me. This is not a franchise that I'm going to be with long term. So. We hope to have those type of guys. Obviously, we're lucky that we have that type of talent on rookie contracts, but we want to have those guys hopefully until they're 28. So
I'm nervous when that time comes, man, to pay Garrett, to pay Garrett Wilson, to pay Sauce, and to pay Breece. I'm nervous.
That's when you just have to have trust in JD, man.
Yeah.
Have trust in him, and hopefully he gets that type of stuff done.
That's right. Well, Dan, I think that's it, dude. I think that's all we had to talk about. Hard Knocks and Quinnen. That's the biggest news right now. I think camp starts soon, right? Camp starts fairly soon.
Yeah, I think less than a week, man. It starts next Wednesday. So that's like 4 days.
All right. I'm excited. So
can't
wait to see it. And then obviously when Hard Knocks comes out. So
all right, man.
All right.
We'll talk to y'all then.
Talk to you later, guys. JETS.
Jets.